Ever loved a movie so much you couldn't wait to own it? You tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, just anyone who would listen. Once it's released, you rush over to possess it, excited to relive the experience. But in the end, it only sits and collects dust. This time, I'll be unwrapping them.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's been a while since I've done one of these, and what perfect time than Asian Pacific Islander Month to talk about an Asian film that's pretty popular in Japan and has become popular here in America. It is time for an unwrapped review of Dark Water. Before I jump into this review, I want to give a special thank you to my Muddy Cult patrons. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to become a Muddy Cult patron, just click the link in the description below. I also put the link at the end of the video. I give special little perks such as early access, request for live streaming, as well as requests of stuff that you want me to review. Every now and then I do give little pre-order opportunities when, conventions and concerts are back up, opportunities to get merchandise from bands and whatnot, and sometimes I do little cosplay checkies. Also, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscription button below. I know more than half of you are not subscribed. And also, I want to throw in one more little thing. Blitmaster5 has opened his own Patreon as well, so you can check him out, support him, give him some love. I will put his Patreon link below in the description as well. He is one of the writers and contributors to the Muddy Cult blog. You can also check out his YouTube channel. It's Fair Shake Reviews. He also is a musician, rapper, lover of music, and you can check out some of his stuff as well. So I just wanted to give him a little spot. Please check him out. Please support him. Now, on to the review. So, for the past few Unwrapped reviews, I did polls on, what stuff I should watch, and this one did not, it wasn't a poll entry. I haven't done an Unwrapped poll in a while, and maybe I'll get back into that, but I do need to take care of a few other things that I need to watch that had to do with the last poll that I did on a franchise I should watch. And this one is going to be kind of similar to my Black Klansman, The Hate You Give kind of review, where I'm going to also be comparing the movie, the original Dark Water, with its American remake, because I thought I watched the original, but apparently the only one I watched was the American version. So, if you don't know what Dark Water is about, let me tell you. Sanity seeps away, one drop at a time. Yoshimi simply wanted a better life for both herself and her daughter, Ikuko. Unfortunately, such wishes may sometimes be hard to come by. The custody battle for her daughter has grown embittered and hurtful. Her new job is less than desirable, and Ikuko's schoolwork has taken a turn for the worse. But Yoshimi has something bigger to worry about. Something upstairs. Something cold and dank. Something that should never have been. So, I own a copy of Dark Water, and I thought, oh yeah, I might as well buy it. I enjoyed Hideo Nakata's other movie, The Ring. I'm a huge Ring fan. I do want to make a redemption coverage on how deep and how much I love The Ring, and I'm sure there's probably some people who think The Ring is completely overrated, but I love it. When it was hot and popping here in America, I was super deep into it. I've watched, at the time it was all of the Japanese films. I have the box set, but now there's so many other Japanese Ring films that I haven't checked out yet. I've watched both American remakes. I've read 3 out of 4 of the manga series. I've read 1 of 4 of the novels, and I recently bought one of the new novels, which I might show off in a different video. And there's still so much of The Ring that I need to consume. So I knew that this movie was going to be in good hands, especially because it's the original. And usually the original is better than the remake. Although I have came across where I've enjoyed the remake more than the original, but it's very, very rare. So I watched Dark Water for a movie challenge, Azul's movie challenge. I'll put a link to it in the description below. I am sadly behind on this movie challenge, but I'm slowly working my way through getting it. So I realized when I started watching it that I've never actually seen this. I've only seen the remake. So I decided after watching this one I would watch the remake one more time and then give my thoughts on how they compare to each other. Now first, I want to focus on, of course, the original. Good points. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. The acting was really good. I kind of somewhat knew what to expect. It's been a really long time since I've seen like the remake, the American version of this movie. So I kind of, some of the stuff looked familiar, but some of it looked completely different in a way. There are some good atmospheric creepy moments, things that I kind of remember from like seeing from The Ring, so there's like consistency with the director's style. I thought the conclusion was, I don't know, I guess it was predictable because I knew it was going to kind of happen, like I had a guess, but it's your typical Japanese kind of ghost story with some like spooky, creepy elements, and it's kind of has like a bittersweet kind of ending, but I thought it was a pretty good film. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, I don't regret, buying the DVD. I kind of want to rewatch it, later. But I thought it was a pretty enjoyable film. Maybe at times I thought the pacing was a little slow, but I think it did the job well. It's not, I don't think I would list it as like my favorite Japanese horror film or anything. I don't know, it just seems like stuff that have to do with like ghost in Asian movies, they're fine, they're okay, but a lot of the time, like once you see like one or two, you kind of got the gist of what you're gonna get. So it's just like, when you want to rewatch it, or when you watch any like Asian horror movie, it's usually not like a top priority of like, yeah, I totally want to watch this ghost movie again, but I mean, that's just how I felt in my journey of like getting more into Asian cinema, especially like Japanese, Chinese, South Korean, just Asian. A lot of it is very similar. They do a lot of ghost stuff. So, I mean, I'm not knocking down the quality of this movie because it is good, and I enjoyed the atmosphere and the slow build with the water seeping into the apartment and the ghost slowly appearing, and then how that's been affecting Yoshimi and her connection with her daughter. And it has like a message about, motherhood and how that bond is, a strong, powerful, like loving bond. And how it's like hard to like make your child comfortable in a new setting while dealing with your past, like separating from a husband that's just, it's like things aren't working out. Like those things, those things were executed very well, and they balanced it very well with the ghost elements. So how does it compare with the remake? The remake's decent. I don't think it gives the same creepy atmosphere, whatever, that the original does. It just feels a little shallow in the emotional delivery, but it wasn't terrible. Definitely not the worst, like, Asian remake I've seen, or even to narrow it down, not the worst, like, Japanese horror movie remake that we have made in America. It's not terrible, but it definitely isn't, super great. I'm not saying like The Ring is the best of the best of Japanese horror remakes, but I mean, if I had to like, put them, I mean, The Ring's kind of a little more top tier, in a way, because it kind of kept what creepiness is in the original, but You know, this one, it kind of loses a little bit of it, and I don't know if it had to do with like the characters or the acting, or I don't know. And I think it tried to like incorporate that whole jump scare American thing that was like really big at that time, and I'm really do not like jump scares. I don't remember if I made a post about it, but if I did, I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, I hate jump scares. I think they're cheap, especially if there's like really bad build-up. If it's just like, oh, we're just here, and then all of a sudden, nah. I find them annoying. They don't work. If you have like a really good build-up, and I'm like sitting on the edge of my seat, anticipating something, and it doesn't happen, and I'm just holding my breath, and the anxiety is just building inside me, and then all of a sudden, it happens. I love it. Even better if it doesn't have that like stinger sound. That little that noise. I don't like it. Like a good suspenseful jump, like it can change a lot in the tone and how you're going to like receive the scares of the movie. I kind of feel like I didn't really give this movie like the justice review that it should like deserves, but I'm glad I finally got to watch this for the first time and rewatch the remake. This also is based on a book by Koji Suzuki, who also is the author of the Ring book. I have not read the book, so I can't compare the book to the movie, but yeah, all I can do is what I just did, you know, comparing the two versions. But for its time, because this did come out in 2001, I think it did a pretty good job. I didn't really look at any of the extras, but it looks like the only extra on here is just like the original Japanese trailer. At least that's what it says on the back. All I have to say is thank you, Izul, for giving me the opportunity to list this as an entry for my 52-week horror challenge. I think it was for, you know, watch a Japanese ghost tale or something like that. I don't really remember what it is, but I'll put a correction below. But if you have not seen Dark Water, definitely check it out. It has some really good suspenseful, creepy horror moments, but it also presents like a good mystery storyline, because I didn't really mention this, but I guess I can mention it now. There are some good mystery elements in the movie, because there was a missing girl, and you kind of see her ghost, and you're just trying to unravel that mystery about her along with the main character, Yoshimi. And that's, I think, is the part that's the most intriguing, that and her balancing her connection with her daughter. Those two things going simultaneously together are what really drives the story, and I really enjoyed that. So if you like those types of stories where it's not, I guess that also like gives it a little flavor, a little differentiation between most Asian ghost stories, I think this is your best bet. So if I had to give it a rating, I forgot what I gave it on Letterboxd, but I guess I'll give it about a 3 out of 5. Like, it was good. It wasn't great. Well, I wouldn't mind watching it again, but I wouldn't be in a rush to watch it again, if that makes sense. So let me know in the comments below if you have seen Dark Water, either version. If you've seen both, tell me which one you like the most. Also, if you read the book, tell me if you think it's worth checking it out for myself, because maybe I'll go, you know, rent it from some library or buy it on the shelf or something. And that's the review. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos that I make, please hit that subscribe button below, like I said in the beginning. And I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.